Now, I haven't really been excited for yet another Resident Evil remake. I actually think there is a diminishing returns type thing with nostalgia. The last Resident Evil remake went over really well. This is getting mixed reviews, most importantly because the game's very short, but also because, well, there's a bit of a hubbub around it. Now, there are a wide variety of reviews on this, but this is probably the most garbage take I've seen to date. So let's take a look. Now, this is a review. What do I think about Resident Evil 3 by Nate Crowley, reviews editor for RPS.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
I knew it.
Resident Evil 3, I don't know if you'd call it a huge success or not. I actually, let's actually take a quick look at Metacritic. 6.4 from users, not very good. Not awful, but not amazing either. I'm also told they have been deleting reviews. You get stuff like this, 0. Absolute garbage, product scam, do not buy this. Why? There's so many reasons. 1, Resident Evil 2 Remake was done in-house developers of Capcom and had a decent budget and development time, while Resident Evil 3 was outsourced to some B team with a low budget. The majority of budget has gone to idiotic garbage multiplayer game called Project Resistance, which they force on you. They do not give you the option to buy Resident Evil 3 separately. You have to pay for both, and then even if you are not interested in the other. This is extremely anti-consumer. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. There's a lot of cut content compared to the original Resident Evil 3, which was also short. Censorship. They censored Jill's outfit and personality. They turned her into some angry feminist woman who needs no man, yet she looks like a she-male. Lamau epic fail. I don't know about that. Downgraded gore system. The gore system completely downgraded compared to RE2. They cut all the good parts. Mr. X felt more powerful. Don't buy. Wait for a deep sale. Let me be honest on one. This is a 4. I would love to put a 10 out of 10, but I cannot. The game is extremely short, and there's no way to extend your experience beyond the average 8-hour campaign. It wouldn't be so bad if there was no Resident Evil 2 remake. Capcom is lazy again. If possible, do not buy. This is very disappointing compared to the original. Lots of content is cut. Nemesis is nothing but a shadow compared to the original. Puzzles are gone. Quick time events is back. Game is too linear. This is 5 hours of DLC. They tried to compensate for it with a multiplayer mode that no one demanded. What a missed opportunity to make Resident Evil 3 great. Rush development, too less time to create a worthy campaign. No clock tower, no raccoon park, no graveyard, no double ending, no puzzle. Long, 4 to 5 hours. No multiple option. Nemesis ruined, trauma ruined, very linear and much more. There's a lot of legitimate negative feedback here. I mean, other than like the angry kind of stuff that people would meme on. This is ridiculous. The original game is far better than this remake. Why do you even bother to make one? A lot of cut content from the original and 5-6 hours tops to finish it. For €60 for 6 hours of gameplay, are you kidding me? I mean, this is nuts. F the toxic fans. The original game had the same period of time. It had no clock tower, but they have another new things. Raccoon Park has mixes parts like subway buildings. I mean, again, there's a lot of... You usually want to delete the 10s and the 1s or 0s. They're just, you know... You read the 2s and 3s and the 6s and 7s to get a real good idea of how a game reviews. Now, this is probably the most garbage take of them all, as it completely makes women sound like they aren't allowed to experience anything. In fact, this was well put together by Sophia Narwitz and doubled down by Melanie Mack. Only men should experience hardship and other challenges within the visual medium. So we start with what I think of Resident Evil 3, the brute of all evil. I don't want to flag the whole thing as against the whole bad things against women aspect of Nemesis and the game in general, as it's hard to deny it's a theme, or that it's presented at the least a little trash. I realize it's completely unreasonable to single out Resident Evil 3 for this when, you know, gestures at entire history of horror video games. You've got to be kidding me. And in fairness, you play as a trigger-happy mercenary Carlos for a good portion of the game, so you get to see those loads of lingering close-ups of a man's neck getting devoured and ate like a late-night burger. It sounds like you're into that. I mean, so I guess. Leave it to Carlos. He's so professional. Jill, so am I. In such terrifying circumstance, she remained confident and even sassy the entire game. This wasn't some woman-beating simulator. She went through a lot, but she made Nemesis her bitch. Sophia says, remember the grisly deletions of Isaac and Dead Space could experience? Don't remember the think pieces criticizing it because this type of thing towards men is acceptable. But we get pieces criticizing Tomb Raider or Resident Evil 3 because it's not allowed if women are involved. These people don't want equality. To Melanie replies, his point of view is pretty insulting to women more than anything. Jill endured and defeated all that with confidence and attitude the entire time. It was very empowering. She never was portrayed as a helpless manner. She went above and beyond with showcasing her as capable. They don't want strong, independent women. Despite the circumstances, Jill remained confident and capable the entire time, and she took on Nemesis. There's nothing even remotely sexist about this game. But Nate needs to defend the woman. I wasn't even kidding on Nemesis having a sleazy Dom energy. By the way, Jill's ex-Super Cop colleague Brad mentions Nemesis having a hard-on for her, and when Carlos is introduced while saving Jill from a mangling at the hands of old Bagfist himself, he quips that Nemesis knows what he wants and won't stop till he gets it. Don't you like that in a man? No thanks, Jill said. He's all yours. Not allowed to make jokes? I don't understand. What kind of garbage hot take is this? We can look at the, some of the other replies, and obviously there's, I can just taste the soy. I mean, I don't know why everyone always looks like this. They just do. Jill is not viewed as a damsel in distress by anyone who plays the game. They like to play as her, and they like to kick ass as her. It's absurd. Let's see what the comments say. I'm glad there was a demo because I hated it. So I haven't wasted my precious money, which is stockpiling for, I don't know what that is. Then I only ever played Resident Evil 4 back then. I was really upset that they added Nemesis turning zombies into tentacle heads in the demo. I'm a huge fan of Resident 1, 2, and 3. Not much a fan of the newer zombies in 4, 5, and 6. Lovely review, although this and Matthew's video review have convinced me that 50 smackaroonies is too rich for my blood. I'd agree with that. 20 bucks, sure. 50 bucks, not really. Look, these people in the comments are doing a far better job reviewing. If you swap names Jill and Carlos, yes, there probably wouldn't be any banner about Nemesis liking Carlos. Although if you change Nemesis' design to something that could be considered feminine, say Genova from Final Fantasy VII, who is an alien with ambiguously female form, then that line wouldn't be weird. She knows what she wants and won't stop till she gets it. Don't you like that in a woman? It's a joke about what women look for in men, addressing the fact that Nemesis won't stop chasing Jill, similar to a senseless guy wooing his love interest. If you change the character in question, it still makes sense, because it's about what men look for in a woman. I do have to add that the original Resident Evil 3 Nemesis is not the monster's name. He's just referred to as the Stalker, and that's a translation issue. But of course, I don't know if I'd give this the award for most soy review yet, or maybe like the worst review yet, but I would argue that for a Resident Evil game, I guess the big problem with games journals is they need headlines. And what the headline should have read was Resident Evil 3, a blast from the past that isn't worth the cash. Whoa, that's pretty good. I think, that's not bad. It's just, it's a $30 game. And if it was a $30 game, it would be fine. Then what would people say? Oh, I loved it, but I just wish it was longer. And I say, yeah, but it was 30 bucks is worth it. Instead of writing that nothing bad is allowed to happen to women in video games, how are you supposed to give them challenges to overcome? Oh, wait, I get it. He just wants Mary Sue's. That's what Nate wants. He wants every female character and everything to be a Mary Sue, and never really face any challenges and just overcome everything with the greatest of ease. He'd probably really like Rey in Star Wars. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.